In the first part, you discovered something most people never realize. Anger is not power. Reaction is not strength. It is simply a biological reflex, a trap designed to steal control of your mind. You learned how to see the trigger, how to pause between stimulus and response, and how to shut down the biological storm before it takes over. But true emotional sovereignty goes deeper than controlling anger, because some people don't provoke you for a reaction alone. They provoke you because your attention is currency. And once you understand the economy of provocation, you begin to see human conflict very differently. Phase 5. The economy of provocation. Every human interaction carries a hidden cost. Not money, not favors, not attention, but energy. Your attention is a currency. Your emotional baseline is an asset. Your neurochemical balance is capital. Every day, people approach you like emotional beggars. They don't want your advice. They don't want your approval. They want your reaction, a sarcastic comment, a passive-aggressive insult, a subtle provocation. And if you respond, you are paying them with your most valuable resource, your peace of mind. History shows this lesson perfectly. When Julius Caesar was captured by pirates as a young man, they demanded a ransom of 20 talents of silver. Most men would have panicked, pleaded or begged, not Caesar. He laughed. He mocked their ignorance. He demanded they increase the ransom to 50 talents. For 38 days he lived among them. He wrote poetry aloud. He delivered speeches. He controlled every interaction with absolute calm. When he was finally freed, he returned with a fleet, captured the pirates, reclaimed his ransom, and executed them without hesitation. Why? Because anger is the currency of the powerless. The strong do not waste their resources on fools. They recognize that every provocation is an attempt to purchase a reaction, and they refuse to sell. When someone tries to provoke you, imagine them holding out a poor investment proposal. Do you spend your wealth on it, or do you walk away, leaving it to rot? Your composure is the ultimate economy. Every reaction you withhold increases your power. Every calm response subtracts leverage from the manipulator. Phase 6. Projective identification, the virus transfer. To become untouchable, you must understand one of the most dangerous psychological mechanisms humans use against each other: projective identification. When someone is consumed by shame, insecurity, or inadequacy, they cannot bear their own inner chaos. Their mind seeks a host, and often that host is you. Every cruel word, every subtle insult, every passive-aggressive jab is not about you. It is an attempt to transfer their inner toxicity into your mind. When you get angry, you accept the transfer. You carry their anxiety, their rage, their self-loathing. You become the landfill for their psychological garbage. But there is a way to block it. You do not fight it. You do not empathize. Empathy is dangerous. It requires feeling their pain. Instead, you practice clinical pity. You observe their behavior with detached curiosity. You see the desperate child flailing inside their mind. You recognize the insecurity, the need for validation, the weakness. And then something remarkable happens. You do not react. The virus cannot infect you. Their power evaporates. When someone attempts to provoke you, their anger becomes a spectacle, a reflection of their own dysfunction. You remain calm, your heart rate steady, your breathing controlled, your mind untouchable. Because the strongest people in history understood this truth. You cannot be infected by chaos you refuse to acknowledge as real. Phase 7. Asymmetrical agreement, the kinetic deflection. What happens when observation alone is not enough? When the manipulator stands before you demanding a reaction, cornering you, insisting on a fight? Most people defend themselves. Most people argue. Most people try to prove their worth. But defense is consent. It admits that the attacker has moral authority over you. It hands them the power they crave. The truly untouchable practice asymmetrical agreement. Like a skilled physicist, they step slightly to the side, letting the momentum of the attack carry itself forward. If someone says, "You are arrogant, selfish, and impossible," the typical response is denial, a defense, a justification. The asymmetrical response is different. Calmly you say, "You are entirely correct. I am utterly obsessed with my own trajectory and prioritize my reality over everything else. What is your point?" Every carefully prepared insult, every weaponized criticism collapses. The manipulator expects friction. They get none. Their plan fails. Their energy is wasted, and you remain untouched. This is psychological judo. You have turned their force against them without lifting a finger. The ultimate lesson, power, lies not in fighting, but in making yourself unassailable, in showing that nothing they do can alter your equilibrium. Phase 8. The death of the ego. Why does all of this work? Because true invulnerability begins with murdering the ego. The ego demands recognition. It protects pride. It seeks validation. But the larger the ego, the larger the target, the more vulnerable you become. Marcus Aurelius understood this. He would look at imperial robes or fine wine and strip them of their illusion, seeing them as simple, ordinary things. You must do the same with human opinion. A threat, an insult, a provocation is just air moving across a room, vibrations, noise, nothing more. The opinions of others have no biological power over you. When someone attempts to provoke you, you strip it down to its essence. You see the strings, the desperation, the ego behind the action, and you remain entirely still. You do not react. You observe. You execute the physiological deflation. You apply asymmetrical agreement. You look at the manipulator and feel nothing. The result is terrifying, absolute control, total immunity. The world continues its chaos, but you exist outside it. And finally, the quietest, most powerful reflection. If you have spent decades reacting, feeling anger, and letting insults dictate your biology, ask yourself, are you angry at them, or at yourself for giving them that power for so long? If this opened your eyes to the psychology of emotional sovereignty, take the next step. Subscribe for more lessons from history, philosophy, and dark psychology. Hit the bell so you never miss a secret the algorithm doesn't want you to see. Comment below. What is the one trigger you refuse to hand control over anymore? The moment you reclaim your mind, your attention, your calm, you enter a world where no insult, no provocation, no manipulator can touch you. This is true power. This is emotional immunity. This is the void of reaction where total control resides.